Hello, I'm Ari, and today I'm going to do one of my faces, and while I'm doing that, I'm going to talk to you about the art challenge I'm working on. Artfully Yours with Diana, I will link below, started a 365 days focus challenge. It's about picking a topic that you want to improve on this year. So if you want to get better at figure drawing or acrylic paints or faces, hands, I mean, you could choose landscapes, any art medium or style that you want to improve on. Let's say you want to improve with manga drawings or a cartoon style, or you just choose a year of drawing cats every day. So that this challenge isn't to limit what it's not to limit what you're making. It's just that you commit to focusing on the one thing that you want to improve on. So for me, this year is about improving on faces. That doesn't mean I'm not working on nose studies or hand studies or doing figure drawing. It just means that I'm focusing in on faces, that I draw a face every day. And it doesn't mean I have to do a full painting. You could, as long as you're working on a face, let's say you're doing a painting that takes you 6 days, that would fit under this challenge. So it's not that you have to complete a full face every day. It's just that you're working on faces and working every day on that goal you've set for yourself to improve on. So whatever area you choose to improve on, whether it's faces, whether it's bodies, whether it's landscapes, whether it's botanical, that you're just working on it every day, that you've committed that that's something I really want to get better at this year. And then you give it time. Some days it may just be a quick sketch in a sketchbook. Lately, that's all I've had time for, is just quick sketches. However, it may include a painting. It may include longer pieces of work. I so far have just kept to a face a day, and it's going okay. I wish I had more time to devote to it. I'm not sure how Diana felt about this challenge, because I feel like it's really important to also explore this year. This is when I started this challenge, because I thought, I really do want to get better at faces. And if I apply these skills and learning and focus on just improving that area, where will I be in a year? And for me, it means trying different styles. It doesn't, because at the end of the year, I believe I will find my style. I think my style is already showing in my work. So I think a challenge like this is a great place to explore, I don't want to say copying, but use other people's art that you love as inspiration to try things out, to get a feel for what that style feels like. Because the overall goal is to find your style. However, sometimes we have to explore different types, like in my case, faces. Do I like the cartoon style? Do I like, so I'll just kind of give you, so these are 3 I've worked on recently. He didn't turn out very good. I really liked how this guy turned out. I think it's kind of cute. So those are 3 days attempts. I've been doing the Art Snacks Wednesday portrait live stream, and so some of these are from that. It's getting me out of my female comfort zone. However, I probably like her the best, and of course female faces is more my comfort zone. You know, I'm trying different face types. So I'm going to go through some of the pictures. And for me, when I start out with a new medium, I struggle with it. So these were the Spectrum Noir pencils. And as you can see, the shading and stuff on those wasn't so great. So I started here, went here, and then this was the last of that bunch, the third one I did that day, just playing around with them and seeing what they could do. Then I tried hair, but the face just, you know, didn't turn out very well. And then this was the final one. So I really like the colors in this one. The nose, not so much. So this is more my cartoonish style. This one's more my realistic, a little bit more realistic style, but still cartoonish. These were a couple I did before the challenge, just as a reference point of kind of where I am. I really like her. I love the colors in this. So again, a more cartoon type face. This is one of January's. I really like these pens. Still a face, and I guess that's why I chose faces, because I make dolls as well, and I actually kind of like monsters, and I'm making some, I call them demon babies, but I like, you know, all my creatures and all my dolls have faces. And that's actually why I started getting back into art, is I was sculpting and realized I had lost most of my drawing skills. So when I had an idea for a doll, I couldn't draw it out. Wow, it's amazing. It's going on 6 months now of drawing practice, trying to get my skills back from a long time ago. You know, I was one of those people that just drew here and there, not every day, not every week, not every month even, maybe not even every year. But when I got into sculpting, you know, I knew what my dolls should look like, but it still was really difficult not to have a sketch and an idea down on paper. So drawing became my thing, and now actually it takes up more time than my sculpting does, because I really am enjoying getting back to 2D art. Here's another face I did. I really like her. I like the wide apart eyes. So as you can see, I have a more realistic type style. And then I have like this cartoon style. Really love her hair. Her eyes were a little bit too big, but again, if it's a cartoonish character, that's all right. And that's what I mean, is there's so many different ways to draw something. And I think a challenge like this is the perfect time to try out different styles. If you see something you like looking at, no matter what, it's going to end up being still in your style, but integrate those things that you find interesting or that you would like to try. Just try out copying someone else's, just for practice, not, don't post it as your own and give references, but try out different things. Here's my little baby Yoda using some not so great markers. That was the first try with them. But, I like, the little eyes, little face is cute. So, and then this is my last one I did today. So that kind of gets me caught up. I have these that I've been working on. Some of my February was in this challenge too. Did a little girl. I did a fairy. So again, these are in kind of more my cartoon style. This one I never got around to coloring in. Little cartoon face. I have a tendency to draw large eyes. I'm not sure why, but they always end up being so all of these are part of my February art challenge. Tiny, tiny faces. I really like how she turned out. As you can see, same thing as the eyes are larger. Kind of a side view. I need to do more like this. Usually I do straight on poses. This one kind of had two faces, partial face. Okay, this one, the nose ended up really large. Little creature face. So I guess I've been working on some of these faces for a while. Her face turned out a little wonky. Kind of got blue where her face was supposed to be. Start sketching a couple here. So I think that gets me caught up on this challenge of pictures. Again, like this one, eyes were really wide. So that was a lot to get caught up on. And I thought actually while I was sitting here, maybe I could do this. So what is an area that you want to get creative? Like what areas are you interested in improving in your own artwork? Please leave a comment below and let me know, because I'm interested to see if you did a challenge. I know the 365 can seem intimidating. However, the way I want you to look at it is it's not like you have to make a large piece of art. The goal is to just work on your focus area. So that may be landscapes. And maybe it takes you 3 days to finish the landscape. That's all right. Because the goal isn't to have a completed work every week. The goal is to work on faces or landscapes or anime or whatever your goal area is daily. So for some, that might mean completing a work. For others, it may mean completing 5 pieces in a day. I'm on number 2 for the day. For some, it may mean that you're just getting parts and pieces of a work done each week. And I'm just repainting, if you can tell. I'm using the sketch I did for one of the Wednesday Art Snacks portrait challenges. And I just wanted to try my hand at painting it. So remember, all of this counts. And for this, I'm using the Karen Marker Pro Brush Marker Pro, Karen Brush Marker Pro Colors of the Month through Marker Universe. Because, you know, how fun is that to kind of have a challenge where you're using colors. And for me, this helps me explore some more monochrome work or skin tones, practice my shading. So that's what I'm saying, is like maybe one day because I'm doing faces, one day I can focus on eyes and do several eye studies and then do some drawing using what I've learned that day. I'm really loving these Karen Brush Marker Pro. They're a lot of fun to work with. So again, remember, for most people, a 30-day challenge, art challenge, is a little overwhelming. And so looking at a 365-day challenge, that can be really overwhelming because you're thinking, let's take Inktober for an example. It's creating ink drawing every day for 30 days. And so you say, I barely could get that done. I quit after 10 days. But this is about, let's say this is where I stopped today. It counts to come back to this tomorrow and do her hair. Maybe I want a little time to think about what color to do her hair or how I want to lay it in. If you're working on a portrait over several days, that counts. And if all you have time to do is just sketch out a weird little face, then that's all you have time to do. It can be just a pencil drawing really quick just before bed, and that's all it has to be. It doesn't have to be, if you get behind a day, go back and do 2 the next day. Don't be hard on yourself that way either. This is supposed to be fun, and you're supposed to work on improving your skills over time. And it's choosing an interest area. A lot of people are doing faces for this challenge, but just because that's what several people are doing and I'm doing doesn't mean that's the area you have to focus on. Let's say botanical paintings, then it's doing, getting out a sketchbook and sketching from Pinterest some floral or getting a herbal reference book, etc., and just doing some sketches. And then another day maybe it's doing a watercolor painting of those. So you could do a week's worth of sketches, some just a quick sketch, and then some more formal. Maybe you take a full day to work on a pencil sketch of your favorite flower or to work on a painting. So all of those little pieces that add up to that drawing count as daily work on your specific interest area for this 365 focus challenge. Please go to see Artfully Yours with Diana for more information. Go see her first video and direct message her on Instagram if you have it, or have her contact you through YouTube. Get some more information from her because she's the one who developed this challenge. I'm just doing it along. I think there's 8 people now doing this challenge. And I'll have the links below where you can look at what they're up to. And I will be posting a weekly video, hopefully going forward. But as I said, I've had several things come up in the last month or so that it was just really too hard to post every day or even every week and get this video out. So I'm hoping that this will be a nice catch-up video. You can then be aware of what I'm up to and now follow along and see, because I'll just do a faster video with some of my artwork just to show you what I did this week. So they'll be shorter videos. This one's a little bit longer because, well, I'm behind. So I hope it wasn't too long. I'm using my markers as paint. And I'm still learning how best to use these markers. So if you're interested, this would be a fun challenge. Check out Artfully Yours with Diana for more information on look for her videos with the 365 days focus challenge and hear what she has to say about it. And for me, as far as how I'm handling the challenge, again, I am focusing on faces and I'm exploring different mediums, different styles. I had planned on doing a video before I heard about this challenge, doing the same face in watercolor inks, markers, etc., to try out different mediums with the same face and seeing how those turn out. So I will kind of incorporate that I already have the beginning of that video recorded, but I just haven't had time to get to the artwork. I already have the drawings prepared. So back in, I don't remember if it was January, February, I did a hint about these gorgeous shadow watercolors. I believe these are Kuretake. I love the muted tones. And so on Instagram, I had a video of this because I decided I really wanted to paint one face over and over again. So here I have the outline for each face. This one I did in Sketch and Wash because I want to do the black watercolors on this piece. So I want to use these colors to create this piece. So I use a Sketch and Wash pencil so it'll all kind of blend in together. And then I have, like I said, the same outlines depending on the medium I'm using. And so the only one I don't have here is the marker, because the marker I don't want on the watercolor paper. But for the inks and watercolors and graphite water-soluble pencils, I did. So look for this video. Like as I said, I was planning to do this video anyway. I started this back in January. You can see this was my hint at a project I was working on my Instagram, and this is where the project is headed, is using the same face over and over with different mediums to find out how they work. And as I said, that's how I'm approaching this challenge, is trying different mediums and finding out really what is it I love to work in, what makes me most happy. And it may be several of the different mediums, as well as trying different styles, because this is a year challenge. I want to explore and discover new face dimensions, because there's a drastic difference between this face and this face. But they're still faces, and they're both my style. So it's exploring which one ends up being a stronger style, which one stands out in most of my artwork. I see nothing wrong with this style, and I see nothing wrong with this style. I just think, but there's so many faces and proportions to faces that it's an endless learning and discovery. It's not, a challenge isn't supposed to be limiting, and to try sketching a face in something that you normally wouldn't, in a face that is not in your style, and just try it out. And maybe you don't like the proportions, but you do learn what you do like. So utilize this challenge if you want to try it. Join in with Diana, and there's a hashtag, the 365 days focus challenge, that you can post your artwork to, and then we can all see it on Instagram. If you're not on Instagram, you'll have to talk to Diana about the best way to post. But I think it's going to be a lot of fun. For me, that's what it is about. It's about discovery and focus and trying other people's styles to see how I can meld portions of those into my own style, but also bring my style to the forefront. As the last few months have gone, I'm seeing more and more my style in my artwork. Other people, I think, have an easier time maybe seeing what my style elements are. But remember, I'm just beginning. I'm not, I used to be an artist years ago, and then I became a sculptor, and now I'm going back to the basics and relearning the drawing and painting, and I want to take you on that journey. Is that we all start somewhere, and we all start with the skills we have, and we can build on them. And a focus challenge is a way to build on whatever it is you love to draw and focus on an element or a style that you want to do. Like if it wasn't faces, my three choices were faces, but full body, because that would help with doll making, and then trees. I thought it would be really cool to get better at making trees for landscapes and backgrounds, but I'm not quite there yet. So anyway, I hope that you found this video interesting and that maybe you'll give the 365-day challenge a shot now that you know it's not, you can work on one piece a week, and that's sticking to the challenge. It's not about daily postings. It's not about daily full artwork. It's about whatever you can create in the time you have that's moving you further on your focus challenge for the year. All right, I'm Ari, and this is Shamelessly Creative, and this is Artfully Yours with Diana's 365 Days Focus Art Challenge. So I will be trying to post these videos once a week, and I'm not sure yet if I'll be posting probably be posting these on Fridays. Show you the faces I made this week. So just keep an eye out, look for those, and I thank you for watching. Bye, I'll see you next week.